you doing? It's Colin Daniel here. This is for a beginner. How to play guitar chords. Well, you know what? If you're a beginner and you have no experience and no help and you're not connecting with this at all, this is a lesson for you. And we'll start with a couple basic things. You can use this knowledge to apply it to learning other chords, even though I haven't mentioned them here. It's a fairly universal approach. I'm going to use G, C, and D as my main examples, but there'll be others. This is definitely for beginners, how to play guitar chords. Here are some of the secrets on how to get good on them, or better at them, improve them. I'm going to start you with G, C, and D because G, C, and D is 1, 4, 5, and they're really common. They're found in a lot of chord progressions, a lot of songs. There's more, but I mean, this is a good place to start if you're a beginner, remember. The G chord, probably the easiest way to play it is like I'm playing it now. Now, some of the secrets to playing a chord is that you'll notice my fingers, like I've got a big hand, you have to consider the size of your hand when you're playing a chord. Also the neck on your guitar, what width it is. Like I've got a big hand and I like narrow guitar necks. I don't know what your situation is, but you got to learn to get around that first. So as your hand is smaller or your neck is bigger, the thumb has to go back behind the fretboard more, right? Like I've got a big hand, so if you see my thumb wrapped around it, it's just because I got enough room to do that and I got a narrow neck guitar. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. A couple other really obvious things which maybe haven't been mentioned is keep your nails cut on your left hand. It's the only way you'll get a really clear chord. I leave just a little bit. This is about as long as my nails get right here, right now. I like them fairly short because otherwise you're pressing into the nail and you're not getting a clear sound because you have to press down the strings to get a clear tone, because like if you don't press hard enough, you know, there it is. It's that buzz thing that's going on, right? So you got to find just enough pressure in just the right spot to get all those notes clear. So again, I use my first finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string. My second finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string. And the good old 3rd finger down here, down at the 1st string, 3rd fret. You'll notice my fingers are fairly evenly arced and my thumb is fairly centered with the hand position. You need to be able to consider that. Even if it's behind the neck, you don't want your thumb like way over here at this end of the neck. You want it over here, you know, so it's more centered. And then your fingers in an even arc. Now don't fight it too much and don't wrestle your guitar, and don't sit there with your guitar like this, and don't sit it there like this either, and don't sit on a bed because that's no good for you either. That won't help you. Try a more firm chair. That'll help you to get your guitar chords better. The other thing could be that your action, or depending on your physical abilities, your action on your guitar could be too high. That's another mechanical thing that we have to discuss at another time. Or your strings are too heavy. That could be it too. A lot of times if you're pressing too hard on the guitar and you're not getting a clean sound, it's because your finger isn't quite in the absolute main part, or most important part, the part that gives you the clearest tone. You have to experiment with that. You pick through these strings, right, until they're all nice and clear. Then you practice strumming the chord. You know, go one chord at a time till you get it down real nice. You know, then go to a C chord. I'm sure you've seen this chord before, but it's 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. It's 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and it's the 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and that's a C chord. Now in this chord, it takes a bit more strength, and you really do have to have your thumb back. I usually, to get this chord nice and clear, unless I'm doing some extra special bass notes, I have my thumb almost centered with the back of the neck, because it takes quite a bit more strength to get that chord. It'll take a bit, especially a lot of my students have had the problem like with the E string ringing out because their first finger down here is tilted over a bit and it catches the first, and it doesn't sound like a C chord until all 5 strings, not 6, listen. That low E is no good in there, it's too low. So C. You practice by getting the chord notes clear first, all the strings that are included in the chord. When you get that nice and clear, then start strumming it. D chord, last chord. This one I like to add bass notes to. Sounds cool, eh? Yeah, this is a D major chord. First finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Second finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And 3rd finger on the 3rd fret. And that's 2nd string. And use 4 strings, open D, and then your 3 fretted strings. D. Nice sounding chord, eh? Again, same rule there. You gotta adjust your hand with the D chord because my hand is big enough and I got a narrow neck. I'm doing bass lines with my thumb and my pinky, but don't try this at the beginning. Just try and get the chord really clear. I'm just showing the possibilities here if you get onto it a little more. And if you want to learn more, G, C, and D, man. You gotta practice changing back and forth. Enjoy it. Make it sound good. Make good sounding music. Enjoy it, and soon you'll get good at it. All right, if you need to know more, you're gonna have to visit me at riffninja.com. Good luck and have fun. Take care.